Okay, so thank you all for joining us. Thank you. We have on the line Cameco CEO since 2011, Tim Gitzel. So today we are announcing Cameco's huge announcement of a $1 million COVID-19 relief fund that I understand is aimed at funding community organizations, charities, not-for-profits, those kind of things who are struggling in the economic downturn of COVID-19. Thank you, Cameco, for this fund, for noticing and paying attention to the needs of Northern residents. Can you tell us more, Tim, about this effort?
Well, thank you, Brandon, for those kind comments. And today I speak on behalf of the almost 2,000 employees at Cameco. We've been watching, obviously, the world, the country, the province, and the north, and just seeing the hurt that's going on. And we know there's a lot of hurt going on these days. I don't think there's anyone unaffected by COVID-19. And so we as a company got together and said, what can we do? What can we do to help out? How can we make a difference? That's been our motto for the years I've been in charge here. How can we make a difference? And we came up with this idea to put a fund together, a Cameco COVID relief fund, $1 million that we hope will help some of the agencies and organizations that are hurting right now.
Nice. And just a little bit of details from the press release. Like you say, the fund is $1 million. It's a one-time grant up to $50,000 per award. But we remains to be seen how many different applicants can apply. It's not for individuals. It's for the organizations, as you say, that are suffering. So some quick examples of charities and not-for-profits that could apply: the Laurence Child Care Cooperative, Pewaquin Women's Center, Scattered Sites Outreach Program, Northern Special Needs Housing, Employment, and Recreation, things like that might be affected by COVID and the downturn that may need some help. So really, really a great effort. I'm not aware of any other private industry that is doing a community fund like this. Like in a quick peruse, I didn't see anything from Orano, BHP, Nutrien. They're all taking different steps, but no community development funds like this. So a big step by Cameco. Why now? Isn't Cameco hurting like the rest of us?
Well, we've been affected like everyone else, and being from the north, you know that we've had to take some steps at our mine sites to suspend production for a period of time. We haven't been through an easy period in the last number of years in the uranium space. It's been tough. Yet we never lose that desire to give back to the communities, to help them out. We're all in this together. We say that, but we actually mean it. We have employees from the north. We use all the northern contractors. The charities and agencies are important to us. They help people out in the north. And so we got together, really the brainchild of Jonathan Huntington here, to say, how can we help? And we just said, you know what, let's put a pot of money together. Let's ask people to go onto our website, cameco.com/relief fund, make an application. Tell us your story. Tell us how you're hurting, what we can do to help you, what you need. Give us a budget, and we'll put a committee together here that will look at it very quickly. If you can get them in by April 28th, we'll go through them, and we can move very quickly to make decisions and get some money out to the organizations.
Nice. And that deadline is midnight for those looking to apply on the 28th. It must be a COVID-19 impact. The majority of funds can't be used for salaries and stuff like that. But go look at all the guidelines. It's on the website. Get an application in. It's great to have Cameco helping us out in this way. I guess for me, I had the wrong view that commodities and things were way down. Why would Cameco be doing this? But then I did a little bit of research, and it looks like things are holding strong. The stock price has been relatively strong over the last year. And like you say, there was some news about Cigar Lake Mine being put into care and maintenance, but the press release from Cameco does make sense that this is in compliance with the province and the federal government's guidelines around isolation and around COVID. So it's not necessarily just a business decision. Cameco is putting the health and safety of its workers and Saskatchewan in mind here. How can we talk a little bit about how will people be awarded? I know that there is some stuff on the press release in terms of 75% of the funds will be released right away if you're chosen, and the remaining 25% will be released after the necessary reporting is done. But who will decide on the disbursement of these funds? Is there going to be a new board made? Will it be the scholarship board? Who will decide, and will it be first come, first serve or needs-based? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. So we've put an adjudication committee together led by Jonathan Huntington, who does things like this for us. He's put a team together, people experienced in other activities that we've had of a similar nature. And so we will gather up all of the applications that we get by the 28th of April, and then that group will meet over the next day or two to sort through them and find out which ones we can support. Unfortunately, I assume we won't be able to support them all, but we'll do our very, very best. And then we can make decisions really quickly and get money moving fast. So you won't have to wait for weeks to get money. We'll be able to do that within a few days.
Awesome. Thank you for that. I do want to ask another question around this, like the release of these monies. There's some wording in the press release that I want to get this right, so I'm just reading. The needed adaptation in response to COVID-19, particularly in the north. That's the words in the release. I'm wondering, when it comes time to look over these applications, is there going to be any special emphasis put on the north in that selection process, or am I reading into that language a little bit too much?
Well, our mining operations are based in the north, and we have over 50% of our employees come from northern communities or Indigenous employees, and so we have our hearts big for the north, and so we will obviously look favorably on the north. I think north sometimes gets overlooked by some of the federal programs or other government programs that are coming out there. So if there's a void there, we hope to be able to fill it. And I say again, we won't be able to fill the entire void, but we just wanted to do what we could in this difficult time, and we'll do that.
Of course. Thanks for that clarity. I just wanted to make clear because this ranges from Pewaupun Women's Center to something as big as FSIN. So it's good to get that in the clear. Really quickly, will it be first come, first serve or more needs-based?
It'll be needs-based. There will be some criteria that Jonathan and the team will look at, how related it is to COVID, just what the need is, whether there's maybe funding coming from other sources, what the size of the budget, a lot of different criteria that they'll look at. But I can tell you they'll be very fair and they'll be very flexible in their decision-making.
Awesome. So you've heard it here. I'm sure you've heard it on other press orgs. Cameco, a big step up today. If you are involved with any northern charities, not-for-profits, or municipal government institutions that need help as a result of this, Cameco is one company that's stepping up. I want to talk beyond this, just one question. Yesterday, the provincial government announced that they would be giving some relief funding for the oil and gas sector in the form of reducing a government levy by 50%. I know there's no uranium levy, but is Cameco and other provincial uranium looking for relief of any kind from the province?
Well, right now we haven't taken anything from any government. The oil industry may be different. They got a bit of a double whammy with the COVID-19 and then the oil wars that are going on around the world. So you see some big hurt there. But you know what? We are where we are today. As I say, we've had a tough run over a number of years, but the company's solid. We've tried to be very judicious and prudent in our decision making, so we're in good shape. We're looking for the uranium market to improve going forward. We're seeing some signs of that. Hopefully over the next while it'll improve. And so we're not looking for anything from government right now, and what we have we wanted to share with the North and with some of the charities and organizations that are really hurting worse than us. So that was what was behind our announcement today.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time in announcing, developing, and explaining this today with me, and for everything that you and Cameco does for Northern Saskatchewan. Is there any other final words that you would give to our residents or all of those Cameco employees, past and present, who may now be isolating?
Yeah, well, we just appreciate our relationship with the communities in the North and the people. Together, we're going to get through this, and there are going to be better days ahead for all of us. So I just say hang in there.
Awesome. Thank you for your time, Tim. I know you've probably got more press to do. We appreciate you, and stay safe.
Thank you, Brandon. Same to you. Thank you.